All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to stream. Oh my god. Probably one of the most tired ones I've done to date. Methinks. One of the most tired welcome to streams that I've done in a very long time. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. How are we doing today? How's the vibe? How's the energy? Hello, EP, you and me both. How are you doing today? I am feeling just dandy. Be living, be vibing. Truly a creature. Yeah, really, right. Hello everybody, welcome in, welcome to stream today. Today, I'm gonna give you all, this is your, I need this, me too, Kay. Welcome in. Letting you all, this is your one and only warning. I'm running on 5 hours of sleep. My door broke off its hinges this morning. I caught a nosebleed like 20 minutes ago. So I had to deal with that. So, just letting you know, I'm real tired today. My patience is thin. So, just letting you know, my students have been real good about it today, so thank you. But I am exhausted. So we're gonna do something a little different. I did technically was planning on doing a lesson-y portion and then doing the actual thing. Probably gonna do it differently. I'm probably gonna just be teaching while I draw, because that's just a little bit easier. But yes, just in perfect mood for a demon stream? Maybe, I don't know. Am I good? I'm generally okay. But I'm alive. The world woke up and chose violence for me. Yeah, in a way, it's alright. I'm doing generally fine. I'm just really tired. So just letting you know that's kind of the energy that's going on today. So that's your one and only warning. Just letting you know. Otherwise, today, as the title goes, today we're going to be designing a demon. You guys voted on the crab. I'll be totally honest, that's the one I didn't want you guys to pick. But here we are. That's fine. I'll work with it. We'll see what I can do. Exclamation point device Jessie, by the way, for if anybody wants to know what I'm working with. But I'm going to be talking about how to design something scary, something more interesting than red horns and skin. But yes, before we get into the stream, you guys generally know the deal, because if you didn't know, our growing community is filled with tons of art nerds, and we art nerds have to stick together. So if you're an art nerd too, be sure to check the links to our social media in the description below, and check out our website for our class offerings where you can get critique, guidance, and encouragement from our instructors, because we're not just a YouTube channel, we are an art school too. So if you'd like to support us so we can keep making free content, consider supporting us by becoming a YouTube member for exclusive channel perks like emotes and sub badges, or supporting us on Patreon for as little as $2 per month, where you can get access to tons of perks like my working files, critique sessions, class recordings, and a huge discount on our classes that have a limited amount of spots, so be sure to check those out before they are gone. Alright. Yeah, I got two hoppers on there. I know, I had two hoppers on there, and then I had something that actually looked like a demon, and people chose the crab. And I was like, alright. You know? Crab with the stab was just a demon wanted to poke us. No, but this was a box crab. It's like an oval. And I was like, I see there's something interesting there to work with still, but I'm like, it was like my least favorite option on the list, I think. But yes, before we get into the actual illustration today, we have the submissions. It's art submissions time. Once again, everybody who is on the Discord, exclamation point Discord, you can join in, submit some stuff. I was rushing today, so I didn't get to put credits, but I will say their name a few times every time. But you can join the Discord to submit your work. The theme for this month is good versus evil. Submit your work on the Discord. You might have a chance to have your work show up on stream before it begins. Today we have, starting off, Blue Wizard. This is a lovely, really gestural piece. It does so much while using so little. It's a subtractive way of working, where you started with just a general silhouette and then you started sharpening things out, and adding more and more detail, and that's really cool. Really well done. there's so much movement and there's detail in just the right spaces, where it creates this really nice, just general silhouette. Well done with this one. Thank you so much for submitting. Again, this was by Blue Wizard in the Discord. Next up, we have a piece by Lee in the Discord, Li. Classic Star Wars versus piece. We love to see it. Again, lots of action. I think I like show pieces by Lee all the time. This is just such a cool style. Excellent lighting, great juxtaposition of these two characters, great action going on. Well done. Beautiful piece that's going on here. Again, just classic Star Wars, of course. A very classic piece that you could go for. Very classic subject matter. And then the next final piece that we got going on here is by Lucky in the Discord. This one's really sweet. I love the watercolor look. I love the vibe, the general. It's very soft coloring, but it gets its point across. You know, having the dark colors to contrast with the very. They're cold, but they are lighter and a little bit more. What do you call it? They're very cosmic. It's a very cosmic looking piece. So well done. This one's also very, very nice. Thank you so much for submitting. And thank you everybody for submitting this week. Again, that was Blue Wizard, Lee, Li, and oh god, I know it, Lucky, and Lucky in the Discord. Thank you also so much for submitting. And to everybody else who submitted, thank you so much for submitting as well. Again, you could always submit more than once if you didn't have a chance to get in this week, but if you would like to submit your work, again, going for the theme of this time around, good versus evil, make sure that you join the Discord so you can submit and have a chance for having your work put on the stream. ! Discord. Let me remind myself for something, just a second. Okay. Because I just realized I forgot to do something, so. Alright. Let's get back to this. So, you guys wanted me to do the box crab. I'm like, yeah, I can do the box crab. That's fine. So, how am I? You know, kiddo, you had me this morning, so I'm doing a little better than I was this morning. Oh god, sorry, I'm adjusting my microphone, so I'm adjusting my entire body. Okay. Is your nose better now? Yeah. Yeah, I had to sit in the bathroom for a while, but we're all good. So, giant box crab. Now, the giant box crab has a lot of very boxy elements, as you'd expect. It really is, like, one sort of... Nosebleeds are the worst. Here's the thing, too, right? Is that my nosebleeds are usually really, really bad. This one was not that bad by comparison to my other ones, so it's like it wasn't the worst in the world. But it could have been better, as in never happening at all. But, you know, here we are. But there's a lot you can work with here. It's very, very boxy. It's very, very wide, right? So I'm going to kind of take that into account. I'm also going to work with the forms that are kind of present here, right? We've got these, like, pincers that sort of mush into the face, and I kind of want to take advantage of that. So I'm just going to start doodling a bit to see what if I come up with something that I like. See, I know everyone chose crab for the meme. That's why I'm like, I shouldn't have put a crab. I'm like, I shouldn't have put a crab on there, but here we are. Okay, what do I start with? Like, I'm like... Here's the deal when you're designing something, right? There's a difference between doing something that's overdone and doing something in a way that it's classic, right? Doing something in a way where it's classic is taking the elements from what we know and what we understand of, like, the original subject matter, but, like, kind of putting them on their heads so that they become more original in turn. Right? So in this case, right, we've got a demon, which is like one of the most overdone subjects in the entire world, right? Everybody's done a demon. Everybody's designed a demon, right? They're really like, I'm gonna be totally honest, it's really boring. It's a design element that everyone's done before, right? And it's like, it's not the most original thought in the universe. Right, so how do you take something as overdone as a demon and make it interesting and make it scary? Because obviously, right, you have like the little red horns, right, kind of guy, right? This isn't spooky, right? Everybody does this guy, you know? That's not interesting, it's not spooky, it's not cool, right? Or it's like you even have like the other ones, right? It's like maybe you got a guy and he's got big black angel wings, and you're like, oh, he's a fallen angel, he's a demon that's fallen from the... Everybody's done that before, right? Boring, we know it, right? Whatever. Right? And it's so, like, it's a concept that's just, like, you know, been overdone to shreds, right? So you're like, how do you make this interesting? How do you make it read like a demon while still keeping the concept as original as you can? And that's, like, that's a very game arty way of approaching designs. But, I mean, it's what we're kind of doing right now as well. So the crab is tough because I'm like, there's a lot to work with, but it's one of those things where I'm like, it's hard to make it more classic because this is very, very experimental, and I'm like, I can make a very experimental demon design, like, no problem, but I was kind of hoping to do something where we could create a more classic design with the elements given. And, like, crabs are so alien. That's the thing. Is it's really, really... It's a really alien shape language, really alien language that it's got going on. And it's, like, it's tough to make it, like, not alien. You know? It's tough to make it demon and not alien. It's tough to make it... Stop texting me. Who is... What? Oh my god. Hang on, I'm gonna throw my phone away for a second. Yeah. Hello, Crow. Welcome in. See an alien crab design. See, I would also love to do an alien crab design, but unfortunately this isn't what we're trying to do today. We're trying to do a demon. But I'm like, I don't want to just, like, add horns in, because it's like, that's so, like, you know? I'm like, I want to use the stuff that's available to me, you know? Of the new little Jessie. Yeah, we made her last week, because that was the... That was what we were working with. It was making new PNG tubers. The phone is evil. It was just, I should have silenced it. It's okay. I don't like keeping my phone on silent because it scares me. We could go with... We could do something where it's more humanoid. I'm scared of it becoming, like, alien. Because I'm like, there's just so much alien to work with here. My favorite Monster Aliens design is Jean Jacket. Oh yeah, Jean Jacket was so good. Jean Jacket's design was amazing. That movie was really good too, just in general. A demon is more malicious in design. Not necessarily. A demon is less foreign. That's a demon is more familiar, which is a weird way to put it, but if you think about demons, many of their designs are very mammalian in concept. Like, you see a lot of goats, you see a lot of sheep, you see a lot of humanoids, right? Reptiles. Well, reptiles aren't mammalian, but, like, you see a lot of that sort of thing, right? Going into demons. Goats, right? Wolves. It's like you see a lot of, like, mammalian inspiration. Aliens are very insectoid, very, like, oceanic, right? Because they're a little bit more foreign, right? And it creates, we're going into, Oh god. I don't know an alien author, but it's like, it's like a Lovecraftian novel versus like Alien Isolation, right? It's like you're trying to like find that difference between the two, and crabs just lean on Alien Isolation. I'm like, I could make it more like, there are insect demons as well though. Like, of course, like there's like, oh no, what's his name? Not Lilith. Lilith is the queen. Who's the guy? Who's the dude? Who's the Lord of the Flies? The Beelzebub, thank you. It's like, that one's very much like a fly. Right? No, I could be wrong. One more demon. There's a 5e demon called Glabrazio. Thank you, my love. Let me see what this looks like. Okay. This is just kind of like, it feels like a Ben 10 alien. I'm like, I don't want to, because this is also very standard. I'm very, like, it's cool, but I'm like, this isn't anything like, Remote Pierce looks great, Jessie. Thank you. More impractical concept as a creature compared to demons. It's true. I love alien designs. I love working with alien design because then that's when I get to be like the most weird, I think. I could go Del Toro with this one because Del Toro has a lot of really cool, interesting monsters and demons. Baphomet is a goat. Beelzebub is my favorite, but you know I hate big bugs. It's true. Beelzebub's pretty cool. I like Beelzebub a lot. Like there's a lot of ways that we could go with this. I'm like, okay, I think I've got something. Let's make this kind of a cocoon situation. I think that could be kind of cool. Box trap carry these mates. I mean, two at once, smaller and larger one. I don't know. I don't feel like doing that. I'm kind of feeling like going kind of Del Toro with this one. Because Del Toro does a lot of practical effects. Guillermo del Toro has a lot of practical effects, so it's like you gotta work with what you got, right? Not a lot of computer generated stuff. Oops. So you gotta work with the human form. Let's work with just a normal box crab too, so that we can kind of get those forms down as well. Giant box crab. He's got kind of little legs. My love for Beelzebub spans from my love of Beelzemon from Digimon. They look nothing alike, that's fair. More work isn't better enough work. That's fair. But I mean, sometimes if you spend more work on it, it turns out better. I think calling all alien designs impractical is a very ignorant thought, because then it's like, oh, you spent more work on it, or it's like, oh, it's like they're so like weird and strange. It's like, so they're like lesser. I think that's a very narrow-minded take. Just because something needs more work to be done doesn't mean that it's worse. It just means that you're unable to put in the work to make it better. So, sorry. I said all of aliens. Well, yeah, but you were like, I think alien designs are impractical. And I'm like, okay, well, I will have to disagree with you there. Have a good nap, Quinn. In the very general sense. I'll still disagree with you there. I get an estimate for how long the stream will be. You don't need an estimate. You can have an exact note. This will end in 2 hours. Xenomorph wasn't even their original design they were planning on using. Same with the Predator. Probably not. Design is a process, right? On a less complicated scale, if you even go with let's take God of War, right? If we take Atreus, just the kid, right? Atreus' design took like 3 years. And it was a lot of back and forthing and a lot of like just trying to figure out what was gonna go on in the final, right? And they didn't even, the reason why Kratos calls him boy throughout most of the game is because they didn't have a name for him until later in development. But then they just kept it because they thought it was funny, right? Design and development is a long, long process. It's not something that happens in like a day. It's not something that happens in a week. It takes a long, long time, you know? Heard that story, yeah. Oh yeah, Kratos changed a crazy amount. I think that they handled it really well. Just trying to change, like, him from, like, they made him, they aged him, right? Literally and figuratively. And it was a design that I think it needed an update. Because now the audience is different, and the story is a little different. The intent behind it's a little different. And I think God of War 4 was a masterpiece. I love that game so much. I have the art book for it, and it's lovely to look through their design work. Reason called those perfect badge so rare and remarkable because it's things change. Yeah, I think Kratos is addressing Atreus' boy because he still didn't come to terms with fatherhood after killing his family. Well, yeah, that was the kind of the kind of like story aspect of it. But like in reality, in the design portion, it's because they didn't come up with a name for Atreus. It's because he just didn't have a name for so long, and then eventually they were like, how about this kind of thing. Barnacles and bumps on the back. I did want to make the back more splotchy. I don't know if I want to add barnacles. We'll see if I want to do that. Because I do kind of want to keep it... Do I want to add more legs? I don't think so. Let's just keep it at 2. I also don't really love this, even though it's like crabby. Let's... Have I played Poppy Playtime yet? No. I don't really like the game, I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of, they call it children's horror. It's horror, or mascot horror, sorry. They called it children's horror for a bit. It's mascot horror. I'm not a huge fan of mascot horror. It's tough to get me into that stuff. Let's make this more eerie. The closer that you can get this to a person, the more kind of eerie you can make it. It's the concept of Uncanny Valley. That kind of like... Let's fix that. I don't like that. Making him too muscular. That's not what we want. Not a huge fan of it. Played most of the FNAFs, had some slight scares. Looking forward to Indigo Park by Unique Geese. I don't know what that is. Indigo Park. Oh, Indigo Quark's a game. Oh, that's not a developer. It's a like YouTuber. Unless I'm totally wrong. I'm completely wrong. I figured it out now. Okay. Yeah, it's a video game. Made by... I think word I can't pronounce was over-designed in my opinion, especially compared to Miss Delight. I don't know who either of those people are. Darkon from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate counts as a demon. Also, the name Darkon was hilarious. I'm just like, that's so like... you know, just like... I'll be 100% real. I'm like, that's kind of like... What's this evil guy's name? His name is Darkon. He's a prince of night. And like, you know, I'm like kind of like... Alright. You know what I'm saying? Darkon is pretty alright. I think he's pretty cool. The Darkon and the Angel one, they were definitely kind of like the biblically accurate sort of thing going on with them. Smash 4's story was a little disappointing. I'll just say that. I'll just be the one to say that. I'll compare everything to Brawl. I don't care. Brawl had the best story. Ha! Dark is on! Darkon's greatest enemy, lights on. So true. Friendly Neighborhood is actually pretty good. On the surface seems like a typical mascot horror game. Oh yeah, I've heard My Friendly Neighborhood was pretty good. Brawl had balance in a poorly balanced series. I loved Brawl's story. It was just so edgy and so, like... It was so fan servicey in the best kind of way, and I want that back. I want to see my favorite characters hanging out and beating up bad guys and having fun little quips with each other. Listen... Luigi and Ness and Dedede becoming best friends is my favorite thing ever, dude. It's so, like... It's so, like... Kingdom Heartsy in the best way. I'm just, like... I loved it, dude. Like, me at, like, 10 years old was so hype about that game. I'm still so hype about that game, dude. Did you try saving Peach or Zelda? Oh, Zelda. Easily Zelda. I was like, I always save Zelda. I always picked Kirby, and I saved Zelda. Time to say hi at work. Have a good time at work. Subspace was so fun. I love the Subspace Emissary. I'm a very story-heavy type of person, so I'm like, I judge games a lot by the story that they bring or the lore that they have, so I'm like, Smash Ultimate was just so disappointing compared to like Brawl for me, and then 4 didn't even have a story, and that made me sad. Kingdom Hearts, I love that game. I don't know anything about Kingdom Hearts, actually. Iggy can tell you all about Kingdom Hearts. Iggy loves Kingdom Hearts. Watch these streams, we'll play something. Playing Overwatch, nice. Bloodborne has good demonic eldritch design. Bloodborne has amazing designs. The entire Soulsborne, like, franchise, that whole series, amazing designs. I am personally not a fan of the gameplay. This is just not my type of game to play, but I love the designs. The designs are my everything. I think that they're so well done, they're so over the top and ridiculous to the point where I just kind of, like, I can't not like them. Which is, like, kind of a weird thing to, like, a weird sentiment to have, but, like, it's true. Like, I'm just, like, I enjoy them to the point where I'm like, it's just cool, you know? Favorite Soulsborne character? I don't know. Here's the thing, I don't know anything about the games. I watched my friend play Elden Ring. I watched my friends and my partner play Elden Ring, and, like, that's about as much experience as I've seen of the game. And then, like, I don't know anything about the story, I don't know anything about that, I just love them visually. Like, every time that I see a design for them, I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, that's just really cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know anything about the game itself. Oh yeah, they're all very eldritchy. None of them are very, like... And none of them are alien in any way. I'm like, they're all very eldritchy, very... Del Toro, Lovecraftian. You know? Don't mind me as I just kind of try and figure this out. So my idea, right, is that the arms also act as the lower jaw. So then he kind of opens up his arms. And this is like all just one big maw. It's not the one. I mean, the thumbnail of the stream. It's a wifey mortgage back her. Oh, okay. So here's. I'm so sorry to disappoint. So, in my like. In the thumbnail of this stream, right? That was from a class demo that I did. Not for demons, it was a mermaid design. She was based on a ghost shark. So that was it was for mermaid. It was a class lesson for mermaid, and I was like, I'm gonna base this mermaid off of a ghost shark. That's what that design is from. I can show you. I probably have it still lying around. How am I? Alive. Let's see. Not 2024. This is old. Like, I mean, that demo's old. It's one of the first ones that I did over, like, online learning. This one. Not spring 2021. So it might have had to be 2022, unless... No, not in character design. Not in figure drawing. No, not in illustration. Okay, so it had to have been 2022 then. Not 2022 either. Where is this demo? Or maybe not 2022? No, it couldn't have been 2022. It had to have been 2020. Because, like... Yeah, it had to have been 2020. I don't know when. I apologize. I guess I just don't have this demo anymore. Oh, yes, I do. It was just not in a folder. Here it is. Yeah, this was 2020 though, for sure. Yep, it says it down here. This was done forever ago. It was a mermaid. So here's the full design if you wanted to see it. Jesse has a lot of art. I do. No, it's true. I do. Always date your art pieces. Here's the fun thing about digital work is I can just like right click and like ask the computer, hey, when was this piece created? And it does that for me. But traditionally, yeah, I tend to always put the date on. Yeah, to design something scary, usually you want more... You want something to be actually scary. You might want more uncanny valley in there. You might want some more freaky concepts, that kind of thing. Four years later, art has improved, but the character design process remains more or less the same. Yeah, about. I think I have better ideas nowadays. Oh wait, Faye's here? When did Faye get here? Oh, there she is. Hi, Faye. I'm so sorry. I've been like half alive this whole stream. I apologize if I miss messages. What's my favorite shark breed? The thresher shark. I was just talking about the thresher shark in my mentorship class, exclamation point classes. I love the thresher shark because he looks like such a loser in like the best way ever. I'm attacking him, but like if you look up the thresher shark, you'll know what I mean. Like the thresher shark is like he's a nerd, he's a loser, he's so like, it looks like I can push him over, you know? But like, he's so cute. Reaper Leviathan. I use Subnautica as a design inspiration all the time. Subnautica is like, my personal favorite design is the crab squid. I think the Reaper Leviathan's a bit boring. I love the crab squid. I love the ghost Leviathan, actually. I'm a huge fan of the crab squid. I'm a huge fan of the ghost rays. I think those are really cool too. Warpers are also really, really fun. Help, he dies. He dies! He looks like a loser! I love him, though. He's like a loser that, like, I would also just love to, like, protect. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just... He's a creep, he's a weirdo, but I love him, you know? I didn't think about what this thing would look like from the front. That's my problem, though. You guys don't have to worry about that. I do. So cute. Just creepy little guy? No, thresher sharks are not creepy. They're very cute. Deep Star 6. Somehow that's familiar. Let me Google it. Yes, I do remember this critter. That is kind of the vibe that I'm going for. It's like the the mandibles on the sides. That's kind of what I'm trying to go for, but it's the hands instead. So it's like, I'm kind of going for that. I'm also kind of, I took a little bit of inspiration from the labyrinth monster. You know, the one, Pan's Labyrinth, like the eyes on the hands. Very educational. Thank you, Jez. No problem, Kay. Are you feeling any better, man? Gonna try to draw a shark-based demon another time. We're probably gonna end up taking up the whole time doing this guy. Like if I had to guess, my time is probably gonna be taken up doing this. My main inspiration for this kind of jaw idea is that the box crab itself kind of covers its mouth and does this magic with its pincers, and I'm like, you know what, let's roll with it. I think because it's so feeling a lot better. My ear's still hard to hear, it's annoying, but I'll be fine probably. All right, you love to see it. I'm glad you're feeling better though. Has your voice come back at all, or are you still like dying in that regard as well? At least in this moment I feel okay. That's good. That's really good. He's just a little stupid. He's just a little stupid. Haven't tried talking. Alright, well, hopefully you're feeling a bit better in that front. Front view, mouth open one looks like biblically accurate lick of tongue. Yeah. I mean, there's an artist, he's a sculptor, north of the border. He did a realistic lick of tongue. I like that one. He does really good sculpts. If you want a sculptor that kind of has the same energy as me, I think north of the border is pretty close. Just kind of like, I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of just like, I think I'm doing something good, but like, I don't know, man. But it's kind of that weirdly apathetic energy. That's the vibe. Yeah, I love north of the border. North of the border is great. I love sculptors. I'm a huge fan of watching sculptors and like diorama artists. I just think that they're really, really fun. I love it when I get to see the process. Another like diorama artist that I really love. I really love Hanabira. Hanabira is really good. I also really love Thalasso Javier. They do really good work. A lot of horror stuff. His bonsai tree is really cool, yeah. I loved his biblically accurate angel for Christmas. That one was really funny. Love dioramas, yeah. I love dioramas. They're my comfort videos. I'm kind of feeling like I should add some kind of like loose hanging muscle. Because I think that might be kind of interesting. Of the skull octopus in the pool? Yeah. I was a huge fan of... I loved the Guardian of the Well, the one that he was inspired by India. I think that one was beautiful. I loved the huge... Like, that was a huge diorama. And then it was also, like... it was a huge diorama and it was so meticulous and, like, wonderful to watch. And his process was so fun. I have seen the FNAF movie. I saw it in theaters with my partner. He thought it sucked, but like in a good way. I liked it. I thought it was cute. I was like, another friend of mine is in chat a bit, Kay. He was like, it's not winning any awards, but it was cute. Like that was my sentiment. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't winning any awards, but I thought it was cute. He sucked in a good way. Yeah, there he is. We went to go see it in theaters. Didn't you ask to go, babe, right? And then we ended up going. It was fun. It was a cute time. The two movies we've watched together in theaters are the Mario movie and the FNAF movie. And then I went to go watch The Boy and the Heron with my best friend, which was a really, really good film. It was fun. Yeah, exactly. It was fun. There's Kay. Not winning any awards, but it was fun. It was cute. I like the one limping leg sort of vibe. I'm like, it kind of makes him feel, it gives you the false sense of him not being dangerous. And I think that that's like a fun kind of like vibe you can give something, you know? Thanks, Kevin. Profile picture is really neat. Which one? The wing canvas logo. That's been a logo that's been designed for many years. Speaking of many years, though, 10-year anniversary stream is coming up. That's on the 17th. If you want to come and hang out with us. I believe we're all on cam, if I remember correctly. We're all on camera for that. So you get to see just kind of the entire team and our faces, which means that I need to put on makeup and put on my light for that stream. So, yippee, Jessie on camera. Limping monsters are anxiety magnifiers. It's true, because it's like you don't know if that thing is gonna just start running or crawling on all fours or like, you know. It's scarier in a way, which I think is like effective, you know. Let's put this in a folder. Prizes and giveaway. Oh yes, that's right. There's also gonna be a giveaway that's going on. I don't know if we're gonna be. Oh, it's right there, yeah. XP Pen is going to be giving helping us do a giveaway on the 10th anniversary stream, so make sure to pop in for that. And then there are also going to be other prizes to be had. I need to eat something. I'm realizing I'm feeling a little famished. I've eaten 3 pieces of toast today. I'm switching the roles. My partner and I have switched the roles. I am the one who hasn't eaten on time. Yeah, big thanks to XP Pen. Don't mind me eating a macaron. That's all? Yep. Been up since 9. I ate 3 pieces of toast and now a macaron. I think my blood sugar is low. Whoopsies, hit my mic. I'm kind of channeling, like, a labyrinth vibe for this thing. Like, maybe not the whole movie being focused around this thing, but it would definitely be something that would chase you. You know? Crab demon looks scared. Yes, that's the point. It's the false sense of security, you know? I think that he's very loosely based on a crab. I don't think he's, like, super crabby. But, you know, he's meant to be inspired by it. It's not necessarily a crab itself, you know? How thin are these lines? They're a little bit too thick for what I want to do. Let's thin that out. Was it breakfast toast or lunch toast? It was lunch toast, because I didn't have breakfast. Once again, chat, I'm running on like 5 hours of sleep right now. Kind of dying a little. My door fell off its hinges at 6 a.m., which woke me up. I was trying to put it back, it didn't work. So I lost about an hour of sleep because it was tough for me to go back to sleep after that. I went to bed really late, but that's my fault. I was kind of busy. But you know, so be it. Like, randomly fell off? No, I had, I have too much stuff hanging off of my door. That's my bad. It finally gave out. It was like, ugh, why you hang so many cardigans off of me? So, what color is my door? It's white? I don't know why. That's interesting. My brush is a one that I bought, so I can't. It's from True Grit Texture, and I edited it a bit, so it's like it matches what I want. But I cannot give it out because it is a paid brush. So, but I mean, if you want to buy it yourself, True Grit Textures inking like set is one of my favorites. Let's actually not give it a pupil. Let's leave it. Hope everything gets better. Thank you. My door is technically back on its hinges, but my dad had to rush this morning to fix it, so it's not perfectly on there. So it's my door can't close anymore. It's fine. We'll fix it later tonight. My door is a green teal color. That's nice, man. A lot of creative people are night owls. I'm most creative between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. Yeah, it was a bit of that. I was also helping my partner with his stream for a bit. But it wasn't even me being creative. I just have a lot of deadlines and commissions that I gotta do. And I'm like, I'm just tired, I think. It was really tough to get out of bed this morning, I'll be so honest. That 9 a.m. alarm went off and I was like, you know. Don't actually have a door? That's a bit concerning. I mean, I don't know your living situation. That's not my business. There's a cool brush site. How did I not know this existed? True Grit Supply is pretty good. They were on an Instagram ad, and that's how I figured out they existed. This is a crab, but like I mentioned before, like the initial inspiration was a crab, but crabs are very alien, so I'm trying to take a little bit less of the alien and bring some eldritch back in, and I think eldritch stuff, very, very demonic stuff, tends to lean, like we get some insects with demons as well, but we get a lot of, more organic, more mammalian stuff with demons, especially, like we get a lot of goats, a lot of wolves, a lot of sheep, right? So I'm like, I'm trying to bring some of that mammalian back in here, with the nostrils and some of these teeth, right? Also trying to give it more rough line work, just because I think this is fun, but also it gives it a bit more, if you make it too clean, it feels a little bit too surgical, so I'm like, I'm giving it a more free-handed vibe, by comparison to something else. Have a better night tomorrow. Thank you, appreciate it. I should be good tonight. Tomorrow I get to go to a market with my best friend, so that'll be fun. Oh, you're in a loft. Okay, that makes sense. Front door, yes. Bedroom door, no. That makes sense, yeah. I decided to go for 4 nostrils instead of multiple eyes because somehow that's a bit concerning. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it sees you normally, but it'll smell you in like 4 dimensions. So there's really no running from this thing. You know what I'm saying? He's limping, but he can find you. You can smell your fear and your sins. Hello, Kolva. Brooklyn. Welcome back. Apologies as I eat macarons that my mom got me. No lemon macarons. PNG is cute. Thank you. Just updated her. Be horrifying to see him with a bloody nose. It's true. Blood and gore should be used sparingly in horror, in my opinion. Unless you're doing like a... What do you call it? Like a slasher. If you want something that's a bit more gory, that's fine. But I think that gore in general is not the scariest. It's just gross. So I'm like, if you want something actually unsettling, you have to use a lot of suspense. Macaron review, they're like a 6 out of 10. They're not like super fresh, so they're a little bit gummy, but like, I mean, they're also macarons, so like, they're still good, you know? Like, they're not super fresh. Don't mind me pouring out goldfish now because I'm hungry. I have a bowl that looks like Kirby. Yippee. Speaking of yippee, I've been playing Lethal Company. I love the loot bugs. Blue Wizard. Yo, artist in chat. Beautiful piece you did. Mr. Krabs Punk is great. I see. The snack bat smiles back. Goldfish. You know what I've also wanted to play? There's a farming MMO that's like its alpha was released. Palia. My friends have been playing it. I really want to play it. The design of the game is really pretty. It's like, it's more cartooned. It's 3D, it's like it's a third person. You're the only human though. And, like, everyone else is like this purple elf, and I'm like, what? Or like they're Palians, I guess. It's a really pretty looking game. I would love to play it. It looks like fun too. I like Goblin Core? I'm not super sure what that is. I've played a goblin in D&D before. It was pretty fun. I mean, I didn't really like playing a sorcerer, I'll be honest, but I liked playing a goblin. Sometimes it's better if you zoom out so you're not too focused on detailing. So you can get your stuff done faster, or you can get the bigger picture of what it is that you're trying to do, rather than get stuck on the little details. I do collect skulls. I have bones. I have a lot of bones. Playing small creatures in D&D is a delight, it's true. Corn was small for a bit, now he's medium-sized again. He got older. That's what Goblin Cork is it? It's like appreciating the consider ugly things in nature like frogs, snail, mushrooms. Oh, yeah, of course then. 100%. Bro, I have like 5 skulls. One of my best friends, like one of my like childhood friends for Christmas, she got me a 3D printed like anatomically correct heart. And it's like a vase. I love it. I'm so like, I love that thing. For my birthday, another one of my childhood friends, she got me just a box of bones. Like bones. There was a cicada nymph like shell in there. It was part of like a skin, like snake skin. Shells. I have a vial of rodent ribs. Pretty neat. It was like... And then my other friend got me a fox skull for my birthday. So it was like... that was a sick birthday. I'm so happy my art showed up in the stream. I'm so happy you decided to submit. It's beautifully done. Wanting to make a character based on a skeleton? Yeah, man. Go for it. Have you thought about getting a wild hog skull? I have thought about getting many skulls. I have a suckling pig, which was initially, I wanted to get it just for art reference, but then it turns out I just really like having skulls. Right now, I have a suckling pig, a muskrat, a stoat, yeah, a muskrat, a stoat, suckling pig, a red fox, and a, like, domesticated rabbit. Those are my skulls that I have right now. I love them all. My favorite is definitely the fox. I love that skull so much. It's so clean, really high quality. But I love all my skulls, of course. I want a deer skull so bad. I want any kind of Ungoligrade skull. I want like a deer. I want something with antlers. I want a horse, a cow, any Ungoligrade. I want some kind of Ungoligrade skull. That's my goal. I recently picked up a Pala skull. Heck yeah, that's pretty cool. Yep, it's 2 hours long, so we've got about an hour remaining on this one. Plenty of time because I'm taking my sweet, sweet time with the lining. I don't think I'll be able to fit a T-Rex skull in here. Them skulls was big. I wouldn't mind having a fossil of some kind, though. I'd want one of, like, a bug, though. It has indeed already been an hour. Monster drawing. Yeah, demon. Crab demon. But yeah, making things scary is mostly wanting to understand the concept that's going on. You know? Getting that point across. Uncanny Valley is a really easy way to get things to be really unsettling. Remember, everybody, a smile is always scarier than a grimace. Trying to make something scary and having it, like, frown at you is not as scary as somebody looking at you, like... You know? Somebody comes at you and they're, like, coming at you and they look like that. Like, dude, that's way scarier than somebody coming at you and looking like this, right? One of these sets off more alarm bells, right? A smile is far creepier than a frown is. Human teeth are scarier than sharp teeth are. And eyelids are for nerds. So just keep those in mind when you're trying to design something spooky. But yeah, difference between doing something classic and doing something that's overdone. So make sure that you are thinking of ways that you can incorporate things in a more classic way than in an overdone way. You can always make an overdone concept more interesting and more original just by playing around with it. There's a really cool example. Somebody did a vampire once, really, really overdone. And they made the teeth like mechanical, right? It was like they turned it into like a mechanical thing, and I thought that was really cool, like a cyborg vampire. I know it's in a video. I don't know which one. Multiple narwhal horns, also a couple of skulls of some sort. That's sick. Flat fingy nails are scarier than sharp ones. This is true. Yeah, having something give off mixed thoughts is the basic idea of spoopy. Yeah. Things have pretty wide eyes and small pupils. Small pupils is a bit of a half and half, in my opinion. I think small pupils are, like, sometimes they can be scary, but I think a full eye with no pupil showing at all is a bit scarier. Let me... Can I pull out an example? I'll just have to zoom in really fast. I'll just have to zoom in really fast. It's okay. It's all good. Because you can't read any of this right now. Right? Just having, like, the no pupil kind of thing, just have it completely filled in. It kind of gives a more, like, eerie sort of feeling. You know what I mean? Like, it's less, like, it's a little bit more unhinged. So I'm like, I'm kind of, or it's a little bit more unhinged when you just have, like, nothing there to look at, right? It's just like, oh, you know, there's no focus. So it kind of helps give off a more, like, dangerous, it's a little more unsettling, I think. Because the tiny pupils are, like, a thing that our eyes can do. A pupil going to the size of the iris is something our eyes can't do. So it feels a bit more wrong. The movie Smile will shine the horror of a smile, but the thing is that smile wasn't scary, so it's like, I don't I'm like, I don't know, I wouldn't use that as an example, I don't think. You might. I think everything, lots of things can work depending on the context that you give them. You just gotta be smart about the way that you design something. I don't know, the monster at the very end, not the movie itself. Oh, I don't know. I haven't, like... I think I, like, stopped watching at a certain point. I was just like, I don't care. This is so boring. Smile monster at the end. Oh, I see. Yeah. I like layered jaws. I think that those are just cool. Like, I'm not like a... I'm not much for slashers. I was like... I'm not really a big slasher fan either, so that's probably why I really didn't like the movie, but... It makes sense. More of a very disturbing, yeah. Random thing to make a character based off? The helicopter tree hopper. Have fun. His chin is 2 arms. They're his arms. So it looks like a butt chin because there's 2 pieces. So it's like he's doing like... It's like he's doing this constantly. So his arms also act as his lower jaw. So it's like we have the upper teeth here and then the lower teeth here, but this is also a continuing down here. That's demonic, Mr. Krabs. Thank you. I've been contemplating my career in the future as an animator because I've been drawing for 2 years now digitally. I barely know how to shade. I'm okay when it comes to my anatomy skills, man. I don't know. Bestie! I've been drawing for almost 23 years now, okay? Let me tell you. Art is not something you master in 2 years. Are you kidding me? 2 is like nothing. 2 is just starting. Oh my goodness. You are so early in your career. Don't even think that you can't make it. I love tree hoppers. Implies you can consume a creature half his size in a single bite, which is terrifying. That's true. You have so much time. You have so much time. Do not think that you're not even like... It's like, oh, 2 years. I still don't know everything about anatomy. I learned how to draw, like, feet when it was, like... like, maybe 19 years in, okay? Other people develop art stuff. There's your first problem, alright? You said I've seen other people. Don't do that. First of all, everybody has their own art journeys, right? I'm certain you know the name Pablo Picasso. You do realize that his most famous works didn't come out until he was 65, alright? Or in his 60s. He was old. He was gonna die, right? You're not... You have so much time, right? No, there's no, like... There's no deadline you gotta meet to become an artist. There's no, like... There's no official timeline. There's no, you know? Like, it's whatever, man. Just do what you want. Thoughts on vampires look like No-Face from Spirited Away versus stereotype Edward-looking vampires. I don't know what vampires you've seen that look like No-Face from Spirited Away, but that's pretty cool. I like both. I think you can have cool concepts for both. I like them both for different reasons. If you're trying to make something scary, don't make Edward. If you're not trying to make something scary, then make Edward. Pretty simple distinction in my brain. I don't have a vampire character. I actually don't even have a werewolf character, now I'm thinking about it. My best friend's D&D character was a Dampier, and then I had another friend whose D&D character was a Lycan. So, those were the two of those that I drew all the time. Yes, from Twilight. I only watched some of The Witcher. I haven't read the books, but I watched some of the Netflix. Or not Netflix, but I watched some of the show. Oh, was it on Netflix? I don't remember. I watched some of that with my partner. We never finished it because we had another friend tell us that, like, everything after the first season sucks. And we were like, oh. We kind of just didn't want to keep watching. Still haven't finished Castlevania. But I have started it, again, with my partner. Netflix? Yeah, that's what I thought. Design a werewolf. Which would you prefer to have it more humanoid or more wolf-like? I love to find the balance, but if I am like, if I'm designing anything that's like part animal, I tend to lean towards the animal. I like to make it a little bit more realistic on the like animal anatomy sense. Like I draw a lot of tabaxi for D&D. I love tabaxi. I have a lot of dragonborn characters. And like I really love to lean in, like especially with the dragonborn, I loved to lean into the dragon. Like let me, like these were the lineup of dragons that I drew, right? And it's like I really hate the rules as written dragonborn that are just a dude with a dragon head, and I'm like, this is the most boring idea I've ever seen in my life. So I wanted to make them really lean into the dragon. I'm like, Veli is the most like humanoid, I think, but like really mess with the anatomy, push the shoulders in the front for some of them to like really make them like hunched, or like have them more like that more animalistic sort of anatomy going on, you know, give them long necks, change their face shape, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm like, I think it's more interesting. Do most people have goblin characters? Yeah, I've got a goblin character. His name's Scuttle. Scuttle's another one that I really like designing. Scuttle looks like this. Scuttle's a goblin that I was inspired by the Spiderwick Chronicles. So he was inspired by the Knocker from the Spiderwick Chronicles. He was my shadow sorcerer. But yeah, I'm all for like designing like critters that are more like here's a tabaxi, right? Lean more into the cat, right? Have the like the torso's up here, and the like this is a really long torso because cats like their front paws and their back paws are like the same length, right? So it's like you have that go on, like the knees start here, right? You have the back ankle here, and then you'd push the arms out front like this, because when a cat stands up, right, their paws are meant to be in front, so it's like you have like their shoulder blades pushed to the front like this, and their hands like will always like sit like this, right? That kind of vibe. It's like that's how I like to draw my tabaxi. Of like I'd like to push that cat more in there. My partner played a lizard folk recently. I didn't realize it was a lizard folk. I thought he was just playing like a croc sort of character, so I have like a croc design as well sitting around here somewhere. Something that's a little more, yeah, like a little more crocodilian, right? I thought it was supposed to be like a I thought it was supposed to be like just like a croc. No, he's like a lizard folk, so he wasn't totally croc, but it's fun to draw regardless. But yeah. A video on how to draw anther characters? Yeah. It's an old one. It got really popular for a time. It's like how to draw animal characters, something like that. What's that video at now? Is it? It's not the video that hit 1 million, is it? I don't remember. My favorite painting I've done so far? I have no clue. I don't really have a favorite, I'll be honest. I kind of just do pieces and forget about them. As a beginner, you're learning a lot of different things, so use your favorite subjects to make it interesting and motivate you to practice. Super true. Art should be fun, right? Sorry, I had to make those toasts terrible. Remember there was places no face resembles no face is the idea of post-apocalyptic comic I'm working on. The mask is a pale human-like face with pitch black pterodactyl looking body. I don't think that's like no face, but I think that's pretty cool. What about an eye monster, like just eyes? That's called a biblically accurate angel. The Ophanium, specifically. A beholder? Also true. I used to color my art and then adjust the colors for shading myself. Because recently I've seen artists like Mark Brunet use only black and white and use gradient maps, but it ain't working for me. Gradient maps are a bit tough to get the hang of. I wouldn't try to skip steps like that. That's a very advanced concept. If you were to... If you're color stuff in and then adjust the colors yourself, if you're just making the colors darker and not really understanding how you're making the colors darker, you are not ready to use a gradient map yet. Mark Brunet's videos specifically, a lot of them are not really for beginners. They're for people who understand how to adjust and like they understand the functions that they're working with and stuff like that, right? It's their... Like, I also love Mark Brunet's techniques. I use them sometimes. But I understand where things are meant to go and I know how to adjust them as time goes on. Because that's not necessarily a shortcut. That's just... It's a shortcut if you know how to do it without the shortcut first. Right? So it can be complicated if you're just skipping straight to that. So it's not really what we're working with here. A beholder? Yeah, it's from D&D. Alright, 4:23, we're getting close to... Oh no, we're getting close to 30 minutes remaining. I'm like debating whether I should give this guy color or not. I don't know if I want to. I'm kind of like, I don't really feel like coloring right now, but I might. Maybe a few kobold doodles, trying to do more draconic goblin stuff, playing around with their appearance. I really want to play a kobold for like a one-shot or something. Just because I think they're funny little guys. I already play a dragonborn. What's one more little Drake-like critter? You know? What color is the guy? I was kind of thinking like a gray with some oranges in there. I kind of want to draw in his mouth opening. Oh. I have not played a plasmoid. I have a friend who played a plasmoid. You mean Fahrenheit, right? Right? Yeah. 70 degrees Celsius over there. Fantasy Festival, went for the first time last year and heard a famous person from my country talk about fantasy movies. Really cool. Oh, do you have a... Is it like a Ren Fair or is it like a fantasy festival? Did you find Joy using that character? Yeah, his name was Shu. He was a detective and he was a plasmoid, so he was a gumshoe, which was the greatest pun. Yeah, no, he was great. He was hunting for this Tabaxi guy who was also in the campaign. He just didn't realize that it was him during the whole session until like the very end. Okay, we're gonna do a little trick here for a second. 2 windows for this piece so that I can look at my own illustration as a reference while I draw this guy again. Hey, Troll Fox. Thanks for popping in. Sorry, I'm trying to like figure out. Hello, Vin. Hello, Crow. Another Crow. Kind of like convention in the city library. People are still in different cosplays. Those are things for kids. Yeah, there are lots of stalls you can buy Ren Fair. That's really cool. Definitely gonna be rewatching. Heck yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure you count the amount of teeth that you draw, because that actually is very important. It's not all human teeth or human fingers. I was thinking human teeth, like they would just be teeth. So hot where I am right now. I wanted to go skateboarding, but not a big fan of getting sunburned, so it's a very early time of year for it to be this warm up here in Canada, which is concerning. Because normally by now it would still be snowing a lot, or it would be like really cold or whatever, but nope, it's in the positives right now, which is concerning. Want to get into cosplay so bad. I neither have the space, money, nor time to. Well, space nor time I can't help you, but there's lots of cosplays that are pretty cheap. So down here in Australia, it is pretty cold. Oh, that's strange. Yeah, no, it's winter up here in Canada. But, strangely warm. Lucky. I wish it was colder. Yeah, you do need to be creative, but they don't need to be expensive beyond reason. Yeah. You could always thrift fabric. You could always try and, like, sew stuff yourself. Use really cheap craft supplies. Goodness. Weather sucks, man. Yeah, repurpose your clothes for appropriate. You could totally do that. The intense sweepy just hit me, dude. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Faye will be streaming next week Saturday. She'll be drawing some cherubs. Are you gonna be painting them or are you gonna be drawing them? Drawing, nice. Oh wait, are you gonna be doing it digitally or traditionally? I just saw the device. Go for a nap after this. I don't know if I can, but I'll try. Painting would be fun, but traditional. Gotcha. Yeah, traditional stream's gonna be different. Hello! I'm drawing Crab Demon. The concept is that because the giant box crab has like its front pincers like that, like covering its mouth, so I'm like, that's kind of the vibe that I was going for with this guy. I'm a little nervous because my camera has been malfunctioning lately. Oy, good luck. It happens sometimes. I mean, if anything, like, you have a digital setup too, right? You could always try that. Gnarly, thank you. No, it's not Mr. Krabs. That's the joke, but no, this isn't actually Mr. Krabs. I'll need it. My digital's my backup, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Here's your model. They talked about last stream. Yeah. I just drew a new one last stream. Last stream was how to make a PNG tuber, so just redid mine, then did a new one for Faye as well. Is he a greedy demon? No, probably not. I imagine that he kind of just hangs around until something gets a little too close. You know what I mean? Wish I could join more streams. You totally could. And if you want to see more of the community, I mean, !Discord. Pop in, say hi to other people. And if you become a YouTube member, that's where all the streamers kind of hang out. You get access to exclusive Discord channels. So you can pop in, say hi through those instead. Iggy and I particularly hang out more in the members' chats. What time do you usually eat supper? The fact that you call it supper. I usually eat dinner in like 7 p.m. usually. Why? Sloth then? I mean, I'm not going after any of the 7 deadly sins. I just wanted to do a dude. I wasn't really taking like inspiration from any of the 7 deadly sins. I'm just like, I just felt like drawing a guy. Hello. Almost midnight. Instead of sleeping, I'm watching this. Don't regret, will continue. Oh my god. As somebody who was up until 3 last night, I'm kind of dying right now. You will regret. You will regret it. But I appreciate you sticking out and being here. Hey, I just joined, get some sleep. Yeah. I will do my best. I've slept in 3 days. One more won't hurt. Just need me some coffee and I'm fine. You know, that's not true. I had a friend who was awake for like 6 days straight and, he had an aneurysm, so I personally would recommend that you go to bed. So that's my recommendation. What's the tutorial version of this? Is just gonna say, probably just gonna say as alive. I mean, I gave a bit of a lesson, but like it wasn't like anything crazy. Like I didn't have a lessony portion. I don't really have the brain capacity for that today. So I kind of just gave like a, hey, this is the vibe that I'm going for, and like this is kind of how I would achieve that sort of thing. She gave a lot of shorts content, giving out for shorts for it. Okay, well, I stand corrected. But I mean, lives will stay up. We never take them down. They always just stay on the channel, so. If you ever wanted to rewatch, or catch it, or if you need to go somewhere you can't watch me live, then I mean, you just come back to the channel later and watch the video. And rewatch this, I will, because I'm starting to feel the sleep catching up to me. I would assume so. Go to bed. Oh my god. How long have I been doing digital art for? This year will actually be a decade. So, isn't that fun? I will have been doing digital art for just under half my entire life. So, that's pretty fun, methinks. Sick, yeah. Have a good sleep. Looks so good, thank you. I'm doing my best. I don't think I want to color this one. I might just leave him. I think he's kind of cool without any color. So we might actually do the same thing as we did before because I finished kind of early and I don't really have much more time, so I might just end up doodling. Doodling whatever I want for the last little bit. Here's my 4th year. There you go. His color is paper. Yeah, his color is this light toned gray. No, I was thinking of him being like a grayish orange, because that's kind of the vibe of the crab as well. So I'm like, I give him a bit of light shading, but that's about as much as I want to do. I don't want to overwork him because these lines are already so busy. Grorange, very demonic, yeah. I like just the line work. It's like a page from Bestiary. Yeah, that's the vibe. I backed forever ago. I backed a D&D campaign thing. It's like a supplement for 5e, that like the Eldritch Hunt, I believe is what it's called, and Steinhardt's Guide to the Eldritch Hunt, something like that. And I ordered the physical book, but I also bought the Bestiary as an extra, just so I could like see those like designs, and I'm so hyped for when it finally prints. I'm glad they could help Dragons Gaming, Dan. I do my best. TTRPG bookstore is so gorgeous, yeah. How much digital art do you recommend? I can't afford anything right now, just asking 7 days. Oh, so you can't afford Procreate. Well, I mean, Procreate would be if you have an iPad. Anyways, I don't know if you got that. Fire Alpaca's fine. I mean, if you like using it, you like using it. Medibang's also there. It's really similar to Fire Alpaca. Krita's pretty powerful, I've heard. I personally don't really like Krita, but like if you like Krita, that's up to you. Some people use Ibis, so that's like phone or tablet device only. Ibis is kind of 50-50 for me as well. Ibis is just okay for me. I'm like, I don't mind it. It's not really my choice. I kind of just don't like that it's like mobile and like tablet only. I don't really love the layout last I checked it. To be fair, it's been a while since I've used or tried out Ibis, so I'm like, I'm not too sure if anything's changed. I agree, the UI is all over the place, yeah. I've heard it's a bit wonky. I'm just trying to add really simple shadows right now. I'm not really doing anything too fancy. $10,000 bees in a trench coat. One PPC, but it's awful compared to mobile and iPad. You just get all reliable paper and pencil. Yeah, I do traditional every once in a while nowadays. I'm like, it's not my main medium anymore, just because like I do most of my work digitally. But I mean, I work in both. I'm like, I started traditionally. Like, I've been doing like digital work for a decade now, but I mean, I've been doing just art in general for like 23 years, so like it'll be 23 years this year, so you know, but it used to be traditional exclusive. $23, yeah, man. My whole life. You know? I started taking it seriously. I've been doing it maybe seriously for like maybe like a decade and a bit, but like I've been drawing my entire life. Here we go. I got about 10 minutes left. I don't wanna do anything new. Damn, yeah. I come from an artist's family. We all kind of do something. This is Photoshop CC! Exclamation point device Jessie. Yep, Photoshop CC. Do I have a doodle page I can just kind of flip open right now? It's not open right now, but this is the other one that I had. Y'all don't mind if I just, I mean, there's like 10 minutes left. Y'all don't mind if I just kind of like do whatever for this last little bit? Just kind of doodle whatever I want for this last little bit. Guy doesn't have hands? Nope. His mouth are his hands. It's like, it's meant to act like a, it's supposed to be like a kind of double thing. It's like his arms are his mouth. Maybe if, like, I drew this more, like, it's all scrunched up here, maybe if, like, he comes out to grab you, then this extends. Like, it comes out farther. Like, maybe, like, if he's opening his mouth and he's coming to reach at you, then his mouth does, like, a... His arms do, like, this. And it extends out like an accordion, almost. His teeth would be down here if he goes to, like, reach for you. That's also pretty cool. That's a pretty cool concept. Was that Crow? You bet it was. I draw my partner all the time. Do what you want? Alright. Pog. And more weapons. Yeah. Weaponry. I'll just have this open like this. So you never escape him. Come on. Listen to me. Thank you. So you can just have this guy over here. Thank you. I love it. Yeah, man. I love gross monsters. I think more monsters should be gross. You know what I mean? They draw them lots. Yeah. The duality of Jessie's art. No, really, right? Hang on. You want to see a real duality? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Let's do... Yippee! There we go. That's a real duality of how I draw, you know what I'm saying? Yippee! My best friend has to be drawn as a hoarder bug. This is also a pretty good duality. This one, you know, the two sides, you know. I like doodling. Pierce got a tail last session. It was pretty cool. You can tell that I really like drawing the tail. Corn, yeah, man. I think it's important to have variety. It's like when I show off my D&D characters. They all look super, super different because I don't want any two of my D&D characters to look the same. Hello, Sarah. Welcome in. Familiar with the structure of the head, you don't even need construction lines. Oh, this is just a doodle head. If I was to do like a proper like face, like there's construction that goes into it. Like I was to like if I'm to like to do a proper sort of face going out, then I do need a bit of construction generally. But I'm also very familiar with this character specifically. So Pierce is like an automatic, like, I know how to draw this guy, yeah, kind of thing. Yeah, I need some construction. This is also not that great. This one. This kind of sucks, actually. I'm gonna stop. This is just a doodle head. It's not really anything really advanced. Poses of a person is hard for you. Where do you struggle? Do you still struggle with some art doodles? I wouldn't say struggle. I do. Well, no, that's not true. I do struggle. There's very little poses that, actually, it's not poses that I find difficult. It's when there's a lack of pose. If someone's just standing there, that's really difficult for me. I'm like, there's no movement. there's nothing going on. So like, I really don't like doing doodles that are just like that. Like, they're just such nothing burgers. I'm like, I need something interesting going on, or else I'm like, my body just doesn't want to do it. The secret with me is that I enjoy challenges. So I'm like, foreshortening doesn't bother me. Perspective doesn't bother me. Anatomy doesn't bother me, right? I'm just like, yep, these things, I'm okay with that. This is the fun stuff. Still look aesthetic. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, exactly, Colfer. If my guy just looks like that, I struggle. I'm like, ew. What do you mean? You know? The trick is also, if you're doing like doodles, just drawing people, to just keep it gestural. Keep it as gestural as you can for as long as you can. So then that way you keep that like nice movement going on. And it makes your work feel a lot more smooth and a lot more lively. Keep it fast, essentially. So you get that nice kind of feeling behind the work. This is just like, this is like my no-brainer, yeah, I can draw this sort of doodles. Like, I'm not thinking right now. I'm just like, yep. Time to draw Pierce again. You know? There's no real thought that goes behind doodles like these. Learn how to animate? I don't wanna. I'm not patient enough. In theory, I can animate. I know I don't have the mindset for an animator. I'm not patient enough. Like, I've animated before, like, I've done it, and I've learned that I just don't enjoy it. It's just one of those things where I know that, like, me as the type of person that I am, like, you see how fast I did this, right? Animation takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. Patience that I do not have, right? So I'm not about to learn how to animate because I'm not about to sit there and, like, be forced to work on one thing, like, 30 seconds for, like, 3 days, you know? I'm like, I'm not about to do that. Animation just frustrates me, is all. Difficult time separating form from gesture. My sketches come out too stiff. Yeah. Type of creatures he is tail to, is just wondering. Pierce is my partner's character in the D&D campaign that we play in. Pierce is an Eldritch elf, Drake Warden Ranger. He's been cursed by Tiamat, so he's started to grow like very dragony attributes. Last session he grew a tail, or no, he was cursed by a hag. That's right. He was cursed by a hag, who turned out to be an archfey. So he made a deal with an archfey, and she cursed him to start like growing like dragon-like features. So in session he's got multiple scales all over his body. He's got claws on his hands and feet, sharp teeth. He's got a tail now. He has 2 sets of eyelids. His eyes are draconic and they close sideways. But yeah, last session he got a tail. So that's what Pierce looks like now. Turn into a full dragon? No. The Archfey was like, that's about as much as I'm gonna do to you last session. Here, I'll show you guys. We also fought a dragon. That was pretty cool. So yeah, we fought a dragon. Last session. Oh yeah, Pierce also has one of the vestiges of divergence. He grows a new dragon part every time that he uses the dragon arm. So that's what happened. My character went down. Cora almost died. That was cool. But yeah, he grew a tail. That was what happened last session. He almost grew a tail. So, or he did grow a tail, but my character almost died. So. Alright, though. That is 5 p.m. though. Thank you all so much for joining me today. If you didn't know too much about the studio, first time here, hey, my name is Jessie. I'm one of the instructors here at the studio, Wing Canvas. If you want to learn more about us, I'm one of the teachers for Digital Art 2 and Mentorship, wingcanvas.com. Check out the classes that we offer. I believe that spring camp is coming up. You might want to check that out. So if you want to check out the March break camp that we're going to be doing in about a month, feel free to check that. this illustration that you see in front of you. If you want to see the JPEG, you can check them out on our Discord, Discord, and our general other social medias that you can find us on. The JPEGs are there for you to take a look at and vibe with. You can zoom in, stuff like that. But if you want working files, you're gonna have to join our Patreon, Patreon? You're gonna have to join our membership, Patreon, right? Patreon is where you get working files, early access videos, early access classes, stuff like that. But if you also want to see, if you want to join the membership chats, you can become a YouTube member or a Patreon member, and you'll get exclusive access to hidden chats that are not available to the public, only for members and Patreon members. All right. This coming Sunday, what are we doing this Sunday? This Sunday is character design basics. Is that it? No, that's not it. It is! Never mind. Josh is going to be teaching y'all some character design basics tomorrow on Sunday. And then next week, Saturday, you're going to be having Faye's very first stream teaching us how to draw babies and cherubs for the theme of Valentine's. So be sure to check those out next week. But all right. Thank you all so much for joining me today. And I'll see y'all in a couple weeks because that'll be our anniversary stream. Au revoir. Bye-bye.